Hey everyone, good morning. I hope I'm audible. Uh, but yes, good morning. It's a Saturday morning. Thank you so much for coming. Um, and for the first 5 minutes, we'll just wait for people to come. So if you have any questions, you can post them on the chat. If you have any suggestions, doubts, anything like that, you can post it in the chat. And I'll just be going through the questions one by one. But till 9:05, we'll just wait for everyone to wake up from the Saturday morning feeling, and then we can talk about topics like software engineering, system design, etc. Shredded Varun is saying good morning. Good morning, Varun. Is it workout time now? Um, is that a channel? I can check it out if you like. Let me see. If you're on YouTube, you can post about your journey, workout journey, or maybe it's a lifestyle. So, yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll just set a few things up. I'll share my screen in a bit. Good morning, everyone. It's 9:03 now. 2 more minutes before we start. I'll just share the agenda at 9:05. Engineering plus fitness educator. Okay, that's nice. Superb. I'm just into engineering for now. I think I'm still a very long way from fitness. What else can I do? I can play chess. Yeah, nothing else. I read books from time to time, but there's so many people who read books on philosophy. I think I should join a community which reads books on philosophy, and then have these interesting conversations there. Okay, 1 minute remaining. Eat clean and lift weights. Yes, that's a good motto. It's a good way to live. Which philosophy books have you read? Shubhashish, I don't know if I should classify them as philosophy, but these are some of the books that I found very interesting. I don't even know if I'm getting the spelling right. But Thus Spoke Zarathustra, this is Friedrich Nietzsche. There is Man's Search for Meaning. I don't know if this is a philosophy book, but it's something which is worth reading. It's more of an account of a person where they share some stories that they have. Yeah. Apart from this, I don't know why I'm not able to remember the names exactly, but Plato wrote this book, Democracy, was it? Or Republic, I think. Yes. This is the book. It's by Plato. If I have to suggest some books, I'm just a total newbie in philosophy, so I'm just starting to read these books. Sometimes I find them very confusing. I think I have to ask myself, why am I reading them? So yeah, that's when it will stop getting very confusing. If I have some purpose for reading them, I think it will start making sense. At this point, I'm just gathering ideas, so I don't even know why. That's a problem. Anuj is saying, good morning. Is there any list for system design question topics which we can use to do the crash course kind of revision and can cover most of the topics for interviews? I actually had a very similar query regarding this, and I personally spoke to them, but I haven't been able to come up with the list yet. So it's taking a long time, much longer than I expected actually, to take the entire system design course at Interview Ready and trying to filter through and condense it so that it's easy to consume. I'm not able to get there yet. So it's not there yet, but the moment it comes up, it will, I'll definitely post about it. Because the fact is, most interview preparation for system design interviews happens in less than a week. So, and the course now has like 300 plus videos. So there's no way that you're going to finish that before your system design interview. It's a lifelong thing, so you can upskill. But yeah, it's for interview preparation, I think it's become too big now. Megatron is live. It's hard for a fresher to understand where to start in system design. Yes, it is, but you can go through the YouTube playlist that we have. Okay, we also have some free videos at Interview Ready. All of them are mostly around the basics. I can share the YouTube playlist with you. It's a good way to start. I think it's a really good way to start actually. I've heard that there are some topics which are missing, or the ordering can be made even better, but I think that's a never-ending game. You can try to make it better and better, but what you have also is pretty good. So in the playlist especially, like if I just show you this system design for beginners, yeah, this is the playlist.
This video is on the basics of system design.
You can go through this. Where can we get a list of technical lingos used in product dev? Okay, I think you'll get a large list of the lingos being used either here, or you can go to the GitHub
this video is on
repo that
of system
I
design.
made.
If you have never designed a system before, this is probably the place to start. So imagine you have a computer with you, in which you have written an algorithm.
Right.
So some code.
Yeah. Can we please have more videos for mobile system design? Abhimanyu, I'm not a mobile system design expert, so I won't be able to make those videos. I could collaborate with someone, but for now, there are no. So let me actually share my screen, because some of the questions are going to be answered straight up by just showing you the screen. Okay, and I'll just yeah, I'm sorry, I think I got cut off. I closed my video device, so it stopped the audio too. Okay, no, I was just saying that, guys, LLD and HLD both exist. There is high level design, around 6 hours of content is here, and low level design, again 6 hours of content. High level design has around 10 chapters and there's an exam at the end. low-level design has 11 chapters. This includes all solid principles, design patterns, everything that you would expect in a typical low-level design interview. I'll just put myself here. Yeah. So we have both. But if you're a senior engineer, this is something that is interesting. You can go for advanced low-level design. I'm talking about threading, ordering of requests, retrial of requests, concurrency. These topics are more advanced. So if you're SD3 and above, then it makes sense to go for machine coding. If you're SD1 to 2, low-level design is what you're looking at. And you can use it as revision if you're more senior. High-level design, again, if you're SD1 and 2, it's great. But if you're going for more advanced high-level and low-level design, then we have section 5 and 6. Section 5 is advanced low-level design, how to code in the right way when you're coding in production, right? This is how you'll code. Coding a rate limiter, an event bus, cache, including tests. So all that stuff is here. This is, I think, one of the, I don't think this exists anywhere else. Machine coding doesn't exist anywhere that I have seen. And then research paper analysis. This is taking white papers, research papers from Facebook, Google, Gorilla and Monarch are again Facebook and Google. Tau is Facebook. And so we are adding more and more content to this. You can see that this has been updated recently. This cron job will run and pick up the amount of time, the 1 hour 23 minutes. This is showing 0 seconds. But again, this is for advanced engineers. I'm talking about rather senior engineers. So you're SD3 and above. These research papers are going to be relevant to you. If not, it could help, but it is a bit advanced. Okay. So if you're SD3 and above, 5 and 6 are the most useful to you. If you're SD1 and 2, 3 and 4 is the most useful to you. Okay, and fundamentals of course exists. You can go through this entire section. Parts of these are also free. They're available on YouTube. But from chapter 4, you will see things which are exclusively available at interview ready. Okay. This is just the content. Yeah, and there's a lot of content like meeting recordings. We have since 2022 we have been having meetings, and so that keeps happening. You can see the entire schedule of the meetings here. Okay. See. For the rest of the year we have stuff planned. Most are white paper readings. Okay. So mainly for senior engineers, it's very useful. If you're a young engineer, like I said, it might take some time. You can join the doubt solving sessions. Okay. Great. We are 15 minutes in. I think it's time to look into the agenda of this session, and that is we have a system design judge. Okay, this is, let me share the link with you. Yeah, it's right here. Boom. This is something that we have been working on for the past 7, actually more than that, maybe 9 months now. It took us 9 months to come up with this version. The first version of system design, many of you might have seen it. It was launched in September last year, almost exactly 7 months ago. And this version is better. Okay, how is it better? Well, it's got many more questions. So earlier we had, I think, around 10 questions. Now there's 60 plus questions, right? And we have broken them down into types. So request response architectures, storage engines, search engines, booking systems, social media systems, location-based services. Location-based, for example, Uber, Google, Zomato. So there's many sections here. Conferencing apps have Zoom, WhatsApp conferencing. Like I do it with my family. So there's Google Meets. If you look at video streaming, this must be somewhere. Yeah, video streaming is right here. There's Hotstar, YouTube video serving. We are on YouTube right now, so that's also quite interesting. You have payment systems, recommendation engines, chat systems. Most of the systems that I could think of, I have covered already. And I think with each type of system, like you have machine learning systems, if you go through these two, then you will at a high level be able to tell what the designs look like. So let's try one. Yeah, let's try generative AI, DALI. I don't know if you have seen this, but DALI AI, right? You can create images with this. So if I create an image, okay, what image should I create? This is an example where you write an armchair in the shape of an avocado and you get this. So it's an image generator. You can think of a GAN network or something. This is what needs to happen. Let's see if we can finish the high level design for this. Okay, Sumit, thank you for your message. Okay, what do we have here? First thing you should do is just look at the problem statement, right? DALI 2 is an AI system that can create realistic images and art from a description of in natural language. Okay, if you are not sure how to do this, you can click on how to play.
Hello and welcome to this.
There's an entire video explaining how this judge works, but I'll walk you through it anyway. There's no point of a walkthrough in a walkthrough. So the first requirement is high quality images. You have to create high quality images. The description will make it even clear. Images created by the system should result from trained ML models. So we are not talking about resolution. We are not talking about how clear the image is. We are talking about how relevant is the image in terms of quality. How relevant is the image compared to the text input that was put. So I'm sorry, the video is lagging, is it? I'll just turn off my video camera. Also, that will make that will also put lesser load on my okay, am I audible now? Yes, I think I am. So that's good. Oh, we are going to run out of time, guys, in this question. So, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. What I need to do is turn on my desktop. No, turn on my mic. Okay. I'll make it even smaller and make this come down. Yeah. Am I audible now, everyone? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay, I'll wait for 1 minute. Guys, do let me know if everything is fine in the audio side. Otherwise, I'll be playing alone, and that would be awkward. Sounds good. Awesome. So the question is, we have to generate images. High quality images is the first requirement in DALI. So let's look at the system design. And let's look at these components. We have an image analysis engine. We have an image generation service. This is overflowing a bit. Yeah. But you have these two basically image systems. And what's happening? You have 3A, persist optimized images, 3B, set metadata or tags. So we are already at 3, we have to find 1. Where is 1? External server crawls image websites. So something is crawling image websites, something is breaking copyright laws, and something is not paying creators. So wow, I swear I didn't think of this. It was supposed to be a joke, and I have opened this question in front of all of you. So thank you for reading this. Crawl image websites, copyright laws are broken, and not paying creators. Who does this? What could this be? It's a web crawler service. Let me actually just restart the question, because we have spent a few minutes fixing things. Yeah. So number 1, crawl image websites. What comes up here? I think it's obvious here, web crawler. Okay, that's the correct answer. Next, we persist raw images here. Then we persist the optimized images here. We set image metadata and tags, and we trained on optimized images with tags. So what could this be? Anyone? Any guesses? What could this component be, which is getting raw images from a web crawler and then having them optimized, their tags being set, and then finally the image generation service is training on it? Looks like some sort of persistence thing. Yeah. Thank you, Megatron. Yeah. It's not AI. It's these questions have been generated, or rather, these questions have been created by humans. Amongst these components, what would we place here? Would it be a CDN? File server. Okay. Let's try file server. That completes our first requirement. Okay. Users can create images by providing a text prompt. This is requirement number 2. We create images using prompts. Okay. You can see that 2 of the components that you had added are being shown as tick marks. So those are done. Now we have this section, the second part of the requirement. We have been able to generate high quality images, or we are at least able to power the system with high quality images. Now we are going for the end user with a mobile client says generate an image. We go to click to add. It goes to a prompt. Okay, so this, they give you a generate image prompt. The prompt is then forwarded to a server. We also do some rate limiting, but that's on the side in parallel. You have the prompt on the server. The server looks at recently created images in a cache, and if it doesn't exist, then it generates the image. Okay, so that's number 4. The question is number 1 and number 2, like what is this component which has a rate limiter connected to it, the server prompt being forwarded, and the mobile client directly talking to it? What would this be? Here are the options: load balancer, file server, CDN, anomaly detector, cache, analytics engine, message queue, graph database, web crawler. We have 1 minute 14 seconds. Okay, my eyes are on the chat. I'm like, oh wow, the answer is going to come. So do let me know. Kaushal got the previous answer right. Kaushal, congratulations. Thanks. It was a file server. This time, who is it? CDN. Let's try CDN. Oh, we lost 60 seconds. So every incorrect answer gives us a 60-second loss. And because we had less than 60 seconds, we just ran out of time. Okay. There's 3 things we can do. We can retry, we can go to the next question, and we can go to the solution. Let's see the solution. So we have a file server. This we got right. And then there was the web crawler service. This was also correct. This is something we got wrong. We got CDN here, but a load balancer would have been the right answer. Okay, where you send messages from your mobile and it connects to a load balancer, and that would then forward the prompt here. It would also speak to a rate limiter and check whether things are fine. Yeah, I'll just check, guys, if if this is lagging a lot, if the live stream is lagging a lot, because I have a feeling that you may not be able to hear me. Okay, no, it seems fine now. Great. So this question didn't work out for us. Let's try another question. Let's try something easier. Let's try URL shortener. Okay, very popular system design question. Is a website that reduces the length of your URL in order to make the address something that's easier to remember and track. So yesterday when I was posting on LinkedIn, LinkedIn has its own URL shortener. So if you post a long URL, LinkedIn shortens it automatically. It's interesting because on that URL, LinkedIn can add security, they can add tracking, they can do a lot of stuff. They can see, which website are people going to more often. So what kind of external links are people usually sharing? And all of this can be done on the client side. So that's quite interesting. Or it can be done on the server also, depends. But in case of a URL shortener that we are talking about, the user themselves choose to shorten the URL. So one example would be bit.ly, right? This is a popular link thing. You can shorten any URL. So that's what we are trying to design here. This is the incomplete diagram of that, and we are going to build it requirement by requirement. Okay, it obscures the target address and can be used to redirect to an unexpected website. Okay, so that's the security angle to it. Yeah. Our first requirement is smooth URL direction. Okay, is the question clear? I hope that the question is clear. Okay, the screen audio is okay, but the video is coming 10 to 15 seconds later. Okay, for letting me know. What I'll do is I'll just make my video really small. Yeah, I think that's best for now. Okay, you can see me dancing like a tiny bunny over here, but yeah, 10 to 15 seconds later is fine. Okay, now what do we have? Our first requirement is to shorten. The shortened URL resolution should be fast and seamless. Okay, let's see if we can do that. Number one, resolve the shortened URL to go to server IP address. Redirect to actual URL is number 4. So what's number 3? Fetch actual URL. Okay. So that's another empty component. Let's try to break it down step by step. First thing that we are doing is we are resolving a URL here, and it's telling us to go to an IP address. What could this be? 6 options: a load balancer connecting directly to a desktop client, metrics engine, cache, database, time series database, or a DNS. Okay. Just give me a second, guys. I think what's happening is we are having some issues. Okay, can you hear me now? Is it better? Is the lag gone? Okay, some people are saying DB, some people are saying DNS. Let's try Kaushal, who tried the first time. So DNS. Yeah, that's correct. Now what? We need to look at number 3. Fetch actual URL from 1919. So this is fetch the actual URL from the website. It sends a URL request, and then we are redirected to an external server. So remember that we are trying to create a URL shortener. So this is actually the URL shortener server. Okay. Redirect to actual URL and then redirect. Okay. So what comes here? A load balancer, metrics engine, cache, database, time series database, DB. Okay, we ran out of time. Let's just retry this because I think there was a lot of discussion in between. So we'll rate it later. First, let's go for DNS. We got this right. Now what? DB, okay, you fetch the actual URL from this address which sends a URL request to server. Okay, so let's try DB. No, that's incorrect. So when you have the shortened URL server, when you hit the shortened URL server, yeah, where do you go? Actual URL and shortened URL may be stored in DB, yes, but that's over here behind this server if it exists. We are more concerned about when you go to bit.ly. Right? Number 1 is you say bit.ly. The DNS resolves that for you and sends you to a bit.ly server. Yeah. Then at the end of it, bit.ly says, no, you need to redirect somewhere else. And so you come to an external server. So what would this be? A cache? Okay, let's try cache. Oh no, it's not a cache. A load balancer? Let's try that. Let's drag and drop it here. That's correct. Okay, so why does this make sense? Because when you hit a load balancer to shorten a URL or to fetch a URL, that's when it redirects you, right? Okay. Now we have this second requirement which has a single empty node. The system generates unique short mappings for a destination URL and maintains the data in servers. What could this be? The system generates unique short URLs. Okay, so a server is going to talk to what? Like I think Megatron said that there is a database and we expire old entries using a task scheduler. So this would be the high level design of this URL shortener, but there's one component missing. We have a token generation service to get unique URL slugs, but what about popular URL mappings? If there is a website which has been shortened and the same link is being used by thousands of people, yes, let's try Megatron's suggestion of a cache. That's it. We got it right. Okay, awesome. So URL shortener worked out for us. Great. So we can see a solution, but we got it right. So most likely, and retrying again is not a thing. So we can go for the next question. Okay, but awesome, we won. Just give yourselves 5 seconds to enjoy this. In fact, in the solution, you can see at a high level what kind of architecture you'll be drawing in a typical interview. So in a system design interview, most likely it will look something like this, that you have clients connecting to your load balancer, which then creates a unique URL slug. Then it also has cached the popular slugs, stores them in a database, expires old entries, because why do you want to keep things for more than 7 days? Then you have interaction with a DNS, okay, which actually does the resolution of the URL and redirects you to external servers. So the benefit of this tool, in my opinion, is twofold. One is you get to test your basics, right? And the second thing is you actually get to see the common design patterns that come up in these kind of questions. So when it comes to request response architectures like request URL shortener, you can go through 4 questions together and you'll know at a high level what they look like, right? So in a real interview, you can think of some of the requirements just off the top of your head. That helps us practice. Let's try the next question. CricBuzz scoreboard. Okay, these are the easier questions, but yeah, this is a CricBuzz scoreboard. Our first requirement in CricBuzz is to inform users about score updates quickly to increase engagement. For those of you who don't know what CricBuzz is, it's a news website, right? A cricket news website that lets users see live scores of cricket matches, including text commentary, player stats, and team rankings. I picked up parts of this from Wikipedia, so you can't question me much on this. But yeah, our first requirement is low latency updates. If someone is watching CricBuzz, while an India-Pakistan match is going on, they want to see the score immediately. Okay, they want to see it live. So how do we make that happen? Let's say you're connected on your mobile phone. You want to get static match information from one place and you want to get the live score from some other place. Where would you get the static match information from? It's being pushed by a server and it's being pulled by mobile clients. What would this be? Vineet, that's an interesting suggestion. Thank you. White text is something that you're talking about. A CDN. Let's try a CDN. Boom, that's correct. Yes. So static information can be pushed to a CDN. Like if you want to see player statistics before this match or player images, how many wickets they have taken, how many hundreds they have scored, all that stuff can be kept in a CDN. It's not going to change. It's all history. It's past. So that's good. What else? We have live scores being pulled from some place or being pulled from some place. Mobile client is connecting over here. And we have a server sending server-side events. Okay. There's also an external server which gets you live scores. Okay. So our server is connected to, let's say, the server at the stadium or any external system which gives you live scores. This can be anything. It could be your own server also actually. And then you have a notification service which is sending in-app notifications. But what about this? What is going to be taking server-side events and having them pulled by the mobile client? What could this be? A message queue. Okay, let's try that. Oh no, that isn't correct. Let's try something else. A NoSQL database, a CDN, a message queue didn't work. Load balancer, map service, cache, connection gateway. Caching layer. Okay, let's try that. Oh no. So the reason it is not a caching layer, let's look at the solution. It's not a caching layer, it's a connection gateway because connection gateway maintains TCP connections for allowing server-side events or WebSocket connections. Okay, a cache here we already have. We have a content delivery network which is storing static information. If you're going to add a cache, you're probably not going to add it before the server itself. You're going to have it attached to the server. So when you get a request, you can cache information here. Right, so there is historical data in the database. Have we mentioned cache? Okay. Active match score. Guess what that will be? Yeah, most likely it's a cache. So let's go for CDN. We got right. That was wonderful. Yeah, and we missed this. But if we had gotten to it, then this would have been a cache. We would have active match scores here. Yes, they receive live events. I think what needs to happen is I need to have an arrow here also. Here it's just getting the score directly. Interesting. Yeah, this can be fixed, made more clear. But at a high level, if you're trying to draw a notification system which shows live scores, this would be one way. So this can also be a game leaderboard system, right? Or any kind of leaderboard, or place where there is some dynamic information, but most of the information is static. That's the kind of architecture you're looking at. You will have a server, you'll have external servers, there are news partners, you have your historical data stored here, you're getting your live score from some other service, or maybe directly from here. Maybe there's an administrator who's inputting this, and you have static information posted all around the globe beforehand. Finally, you have in-app notifications, or maybe an email service which sends emails for interesting things. Yeah. You can also have an SMS service here. Okay. Let's try one final question, okay, before we end the stream. And let's see if we get this right. We have CodeForces online judge system. Okay, this is on the, again, a request response kind of architecture that we are looking at. Should be simple. We should be able to get this. Let's try. Our first requirement is asynchronous processing, handle peak loads and maintain overall system responsiveness. If you don't know what CodeForces is, it's a comparative programming website where I have done very, I don't know whether this is average or worse than average, but yeah, whatever. This is me on CodeForces. And if you want to look at someone who's performing awesomely well, this would be the world rank 1, right? They are from MIT, and they are, this is their graph, okay? But the most important thing is contests in CodeForces. CodeForces actually has a lot of contests which are hosted. So we are looking at this design, which is handling peak loads and maintaining overall system responsiveness. New submission event, process submission event, goes to a code execution server, and the event is published here. I have an answer from Hello World which says message queue. Let's try that. Yes, that's correct. Whoa. Oh, I must have gotten excited. I went down. So, requirement number 2, cheap and fast read-write of code submissions. So people on their desktops submit code. They also want to fetch previous results. It goes to our server, which has stuff like request collapsing. All the submissions are posted on a database. They are evaluated using this message queue and code execution server. And if you want to fetch the file, where do you fetch it from? Or the code submissions, where do you store that? Once you write your code, where will it be stored? Will it be a message queue, a file server, NoSQL database, a cache, connection gateway, DNS, health checker, or rate limiter? Megatron is asking, will they provide lifetime access of this tool? Yes. Yes. Our course is lifetime access, so this tool is included with the course. All of the 60 questions are included. Database is one of the suggestions. Let's try this NoSQL database, you mean? Oh, no. What would be better is, so NoSQL database, you could store it here, but instead there's a better place to store code. Yeah. I think we have Fennel who's saying file server. That's correct. Yeah. A file server is better. Hello World also came up with the answer. Congratulations, guys. What do we have here? Too many requests. What? We have just 45 seconds now. If you have a load balancer connecting to a server and you have too many requests to be checked, what is going to do that? Is it a message queue, a file server, NoSQL database, cache? connection gateway, DNS, health checker, or rate limiter. What service can check if you have made too many requests in the recent time? Assume that you are having a contest, thousands of people are submitting. Megatron is live, is saying rate limiter. Okay, fingers crossed. Yes, that's correct. Okay, panel also got it right. Too many requests, perfect. So that is in fact the answer. We got all of them right. That's awesome. At a high level, we can see that requests for code are being submitted to a load balancer, which is forwarding it to our server. It's sent to a message queue, and this server is basically maintaining status. Okay, it's a coordinator. Okay, so it's sent to a message queue, and the message queue sends it to be processed. If the execution is correct, then we publish the result in the message queue. If it's incorrect, we still publish the result, and the server gets to know. It does some tricks. Firstly, submission results. Okay, this is not code, but whether the result was pass or fail is stored in a database. We also use a cache. If the same person is making multiple requests at the same time, we will condense them all to a single request. Okay, that's using a cache. Then we have our code being stored in the file server. So results are stored in a database, but the code is stored in a file server. Yeah. This also allows the code execution server to pull the code separately. You don't have to put it in the submission event. Okay, the size of the event is then small. You can read directly from the file server as a optimization. And finally, if too many requests are being sent by the same person, we can rate limiting. We can use rate limiting. If overall also there are too many requests, we can use rate limiting. We can just say for the next hour we are not available. Sorry. Please try again. So this would be the high-level design of a code execution engine. In our case, we are looking at CodeForces, right? So in this way, there are quite a few questions. There are 60 plus questions that we have broken into various topics. Chat systems is super popular, and video streaming services is another very popular one. Location-based databases is a little interesting and difficult also. I think cab aggregator and Google Maps are free. Do try it out. You need to sign in, that's all. But if you would like to access all of the questions, then you can purchase the system design course. This is included. This is completely free. This entire tool is free for everybody who has purchased the system design course. So if you have purchased it, then just go and start trying this tool out. It's pretty good. Maybe a question a day is just going to keep you in practice. So that's the idea of this, that you stay charged. Okay, I'll just turn on my camera now, and I think I'll just, yeah, it's right here. Brio. Okay, I'm back. Fine. I think we'll take some questions for the last 10 minutes, guys, and then we will end this stream. But thank you so much for coming and for making this successful. You can see there's a whiteboard behind me, and I think this prize that you see over here, yeah, that is from Jadavpur. I went there recently, so I got that. It's looking nice. Okay. The course link, yes, of course. You can try the questions yourself here. I think this question that I've just shared with you is free. Do give it a shot. If you like the questions, you can purchase the entire course. It's a lifetime validity thing. Yeah, you get live classes also. Like I said, if you're a senior engineer or a person from SD1 to SD4, we should be able to take care of you. From 1 to 2, you're looking at these sections. I'll just share my screen again. Yeah. You're looking at fundamentals, high-level design and low-level design. This is if you're in SD1 to 2. Okay. And if you're SD3 and above, then I would suggest you go for machine coding and research paper analysis. parts of these are live streams, so that's the reason why it's so long. But again, they're in depth, so it's not like it's haphazard. There are notes that we have gone through. Okay, I've condensed the white papers into notes, and we have gone into detail, discussing various aspects.
I think all of us know exclusion is basically.
So this is what we are talking about. The resolution here is.
If you want to remove a set.
Yeah. Better.
So A and B.
And because it's lifetime validity and we keep having live classes, we are going to be adding more and more content here in the research paper analysis area. The next one I think is Tau is currently being added. There's 2 live classes that we have taken here. This is totally edited, so you have time series database. I really like this time series database chapter. I shot it in front of a whiteboard, so that's also pretty good. Yeah, awesome. I actually love the live sessions because it's got such deep discussions that I think it's very useful for if you're a senior engineer. Yeah. Okay. So, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you for checking out this tool. We have been working on this for a really long time, so I'm super excited about sharing it. And also, it's a bit novel, so I feel proud also of Interview Ready to try this out. I haven't really seen anything like this anywhere else. So, your feedback and your testing, your practice is going to give us enough data to work with. Okay. If you suggest that we try capacity estimation, we'll go for that. If you suggest that we try trade-offs, we'll go for that. So based on the data that you give us, okay, usually verbal data, because we are a startup, we don't do too much data analysis. We directly talk to customers, and whatever you feel is the best approach, we'll go for that. Okay, so this is V2. V3 is going to be even better, and we are currently collecting feedback. So the future of system design judging, online judging, is on your shoulders. Yeah, it's you guys, because I think we as a community can come together and we can build an online judge which is going to remove a lot of the bias that is currently there in interviews. Currently what happens is, if you haven't been exposed to system design at work or through side projects, then there's really no way that you can practice. Okay, that's a serious problem that I see in this industry. So imagine you join a company where for some reason you're not exposed to system design concepts. Now you're just going to be learning theory. You can go through as many videos as you like, but at the end of the day, there is something which you feel something is missing. It's like going through DSA videos. You know, at the end of the day, you have to code. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create an online judge which can test you. And you want to test at 2 o'clock in the night. You are from Japan, you are from Mexico, you are from India. It doesn't matter. Your language doesn't matter. Your accent doesn't matter. Your background doesn't matter. We will help you practice. Okay, and this is going to be super cheap. Like you see, it's freely available along with the system design course. We have just attached it. So we have purchased it, we have attached it, and like I think 15 or 13 of these questions are totally free also. So give it a shot. Even the course itself is priced. Oh, I forgot to mention that we are having a 70% off campaign right now. So this is the best time to buy it. It's going to last for just a couple of days. So now is a good time. I'll share the link with you. Interview Ready. Yeah. Your support will help us build the next judge. Your support monetarily is useful, of course, always. It helps our team pay the bills. But your support, being active here and letting everybody know about this judge is really, really going to help. So please share about this judge. The more people we have on board, the faster we'll be able to build an awesome judge, and the faster we'll be able to give it to you to try. We also want to go to companies and tell them that this can be a useful tool to keep on the side. You don't have to draw random diagrams. Like, you remember there was a time when on the whiteboard you used to write code, and then people will judge you on that code. Now that has been removed. A large part of the bias has been removed. You would have to remember that, hey, let's not exceed the whiteboard. So they would write in small font. These are useless things for an engineer. Why are you going to write code on a whiteboard? You're never going to do that at work. So that's same with system design, right? You are not going to be drawing diagrams. If you had the opportunity, you would test the system online. That's the idea of the judge. Okay, big dreams, but we'll get there. We'll get there with your help. Yes, we will. Jerry Code is saying, I need to pay only once, or is it a subscription? It's you pay once, you have it for the. It's a lifetime validity thing. So initially we had, I think, some 30-40 videos. Now we have 300 plus, and people who purchased in 2020 still have it, and they're going to have it. It's a lifetime validity course. Yeah, all live classes are included. So we have 2 every month, and so from 2022 Jan we have been taking them. That's like 2 years now. So 24 months, 48 live classes have been added, apart from a ton of videos also. So long story short, yes, it's a one-time payment. Yes. Thanks, Megatron. It motivates me to learn more on system design. This is the best online study tool. Those live classes are included with this course, Abhinav. Yes, yes, absolutely. So how many people usually join for live sessions? I would like more people to join, but you know how many people join? Like 50 to 70. So it's also possible because I'm taking these topics which are a bit advanced now. Meta, Tau, white paper reading. You know, this is simple. We have any doubt solving, but these white papers are a bit advanced. So only senior engineers probably come, and people who are, you know, very interested in the thing. So we have very interactive sessions because there's like 50 people. 52. There's not even 70. Right. Last class I think we had like 40 or 50 people. Yeah. But I would really like more and more people to come, because with more and more people, you can always manage the discussions and the interaction. But with more people, usually the ideas are better. Right now, we are having 30-40 people. If we had 100 people, the ideas would be even better. If we had just 5 people, then it would be too small. Yeah, it would be an echo chamber, maybe. So that's the idea with the live classes. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. It's 10 o'clock. I'll send you to your weekends. And thank you for checking out this new tool at Interview Ready. Do share it. Do try it. If you like it, then yes, go ahead and share it. See you. Have a great weekend and have a great week after that. Take care. Bye-bye.